Welcome, I'm Crystal Carter, and this is A Closer Look. With social media and so many platforms these days, people that used to search for publishers are now self-publishing books, and today we have a debut author with us. Her name is Maya Fisher, and she has just released a book that covers so many things. First I want to say that you are a person who wears a prosthetic leg. You
I
are
do.
a trans author, and this is your debut book.
Yes, that is correct.
When I was prepping for this, I read that you started as a storyteller, just kind of telling people different things about how you lost your leg, and it developed from there. Is that right?
Yeah. Mostly correct. You know, I lost my leg May 18th of 2018. That's the day they amputated it. And the common question when I encountered most people was, how did you lose your leg? You know, and that's a very personal thing. And people are like, well, I'm curious. I want to know. So I decided to make a game out of it. And anytime somebody asked me, how did you lose your leg? I made up a new story, different story every time on the spot. My daughter and my partner and I, we were sitting in the living room one evening, uh, about 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. And I said, I need to make up a new leg story. And she said, my daughter, she said, how have you made up one where you lose your leg to the mob? And I was like, no, but now I have to. An hour later, the story had grown so grand and extravagant that I needed a protagonist that was more believable than me. And that's how the book came about.
And Miri is an absolutely great protagonist. She shares a lot of traits with you, but the story is set in Southwest Virginia, where you're from and where I'm from. And I
Mm-hmm.
see so many likenesses of different places that you can kind of pick up. It's kind of a merge. Like I noticed a certain blue and gold football team with a pirate, or I'm sorry, baseball team with a pirate logo, and a nice cafe that brings back memories of something in Main Street in my hometown. So, what were some of the inspirations? Was it the people, the places, just a medley of the two?
Mainly a medley of the two. The places are all real world locations. Maybe their locations have been shifted geographically, but the places are all real world locations, just renamed. But the people are more of an amalgamation of people that I actually know or experiences that I've actually had as a transgender person in a small town. So, yeah, there's that.
And Miri has so many layers, much like yourself. She has had an amputation. She is trans, and she moved to a small town where outsiders are generally probably less accepted than somebody that's different in any other way. But you compare all of them, and it sets up for this wonderfully layered story. But you weren't really overt in how you did things. You did so in this quiet, interlayered manner through conversations that people had or through declarations that people made. Was that intentional for you?
Yes, because when I first started writing the story itself, initially, I'm, it's in the blurb. She's in witness protection. That's why she's moved to this town. Why she's in witness protection, you find out. But uh, she's in witness protection, and at first it seemed like the only reason that she transitioned was because of witness protection, and I didn't want that. I wanted her to have a valid reason, so I created her background of living with a life of gender dysphoria, and then crafted the reason for her transition to fit the story. I wanted the things that she has dealt with, such as her amputation, such as her being transgender. Yes, they are parts of her, but they don't define her. I just wanted to portray them as just part of her daily struggles or daily experiences, and to destigmatize and normalize how transgender individuals are viewed.
And I want to go back to the leg for just a second, because as I was reading, one of the things that showed just complete inner strength of this character was the basic daily things that she went through, like taking a shower and getting dressed. And I know at one point threading the leg through the pants, which I had never thought about before, or layers of socks that she needed in order to. Did you want to include kind of those inner strength moments because they were things that you had struggled with once you were a beginning amputee, I guess is the correct way to say it?
I wanted to put those in because they are an accurate representation of what I deal with on a daily basis when I put my leg on. Here's my leg. I have to dress my leg before I can dress myself. Then I have to dress myself around the dressed leg. It's very difficult, and a lot of times I do need help. Unfortunately, it's just part of the experience. But I wanted to have accurate representation because underrepresented groups such as amputees, transgender individuals, LGBTQ individuals. I kind of wanted to combine everything because I am all of those things, but it's only part of who I am. And I wanted Miriam to be like a younger, stronger version of me that I aspire to. She's what I envision myself if I were 20 years younger, so to speak.
And she faces not only maybe the usual things but some things that you can identify maybe with small towns, some maybe less than legitimate legislators and police officers and things like that. But then you also show the good as well. Was it really important to you to show that balance of making change and fighting corruption while saying there are still good people that are involved, even though a system may be corrupt?
Absolutely. There are many people out there that would have you believe a certain way about transgender individuals. But there are far more many that are allies, that are accepting, that know we're just normal, regular people and want to live our lives and be treated with respect and dignity that, everybody is deserving of. So it was important for me to showcase that, yes, while there are vile, nasty, temperamental individuals that she deals with, and some horrid things are said to her and done, there's also a lot of love and a lot of support from local people who are accepting. And it's the same here in my own town. And I have a wonderful support group, circle of friends, loved ones that I drew inspiration from. No one individual is based on any specific person. They're all amalgamations of people that I know.
I am going to take a hint from you, and I'm totally going to tell people the red hair was based on me, just because I love it. But let's talk about where this went for you. So you did a book, and now you're going to start a publishing company.
I have, actually. I am self-publishing, And a lot of authors that are self-published have a very difficult time getting mainstream attention, getting reviews. And I was studying and reading that if you print through a publishing company, a publishing house, you are viewed as more legitimate. Well, in the state of Virginia, where I'm from, an LLC to start is a very small fee. So I started an LLC, One Legged Woman Publishing LLC. That is my publishing imprint. I was able to secure ISBN numbers, the international, the book numbers that identify each novel in systems to track their sales. They're located on the copyright page in the beginning of the book. I was able to secure ISBNs under my publishing imprint. So now, when my book is published and released, it will be viewed as a legit publishing house production. And I wanted to, kind of name it after myself, keep my quirkiness, the One-Legged Woman Publishing, because, I am a one-legged woman and I have one leg, but I have infinite stories.
And
that's the tag.
As we close out today, can you hold that book up for us so we can see what the cover looks like, and tell us where someone can get a copy of it if they would like to read this, and they definitely do.
Yes. Here's the book. There's the cover. That is Miriam on the cover. Reborn in Shadows, From the Ashes. It's available in digital formats, so ebook, Kindle, Nook, paperback format, and hardcover format. It is available for pre-order everywhere. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, in all three formats. It will be available in local bookstores. I've actually spoken with Barnes & Noble and Books A Million, and they will be placing orders to have the book in their store so you can get a physical copy on your local bookstore shelves. That's part of the publishing process in obtaining the ISBNs, is to get it cataloged properly to make sure that it is available for pretty much anyone to order. So I'm really excited. It releases on March 31st. That is the International Transgender Day of Visibility. I thought it was a great day to launch, considering my protagonist is a transgender woman. But yeah, anything you want to know, if I have a website, it's a one-stop website, author, AUTHOR, Maya Fisher, all one word, .com.
Thank you so much for being with us today, Maya. We greatly appreciate it. Go out, order the book, buy the book at a local bookstore. I'm Crystal Carter. This has been A Closer Look.